Hello, hello, tbcr here. A bit of a surprise I'm here, isn't it? But I am here, and I have my Commodore Amiga 1200 from good old 1992, my CD32 pad, and the game in front of you, Degeneration. Now, this game is very important to me because it's my very first speed game that I learned all the way back in 2012. It definitely helped me get through a lot of dark times in, life. And I do thank the Games Committee for selecting this as backup and then moving it towards the actual schedule so I can show you a very neat little game. But this is random seed, so I should point out what that means. So if you don't have an RTC clock in your Amiga, you turn the machine on, and then it will select a random seed of 5 different item layouts. Now, we're not going to know what the seed is until the 3rd floor. I'll explain more about the plot to the game as we proceed. And we're going to have to improvise on the fly depending on what we get. So with that said, I'm going to hit the red button on the CD32 pad, and we're going to begin. Time starts as soon as I get input, so when the character leaves the jetpack. So with that said, let's hit the button. And we're going to start now. All right, so the plot to this video game is very simple. You are a mail courier. You have flown to the Janak building in the far-off future of, I believe, 2025. I can't remember the exact year, but you're a mail courier. You have a package for a man named Dorita, who is in the Janak building in Singapore. He is on the 89th floor. You are on the 80th floor. However, something has happened. Bioweapons and the building's own security system has gone haywire, and it's up to you to not necessarily save the day, but to deliver the package. You still have a job to do, So I have picked up a blaster. We have been introduced to the very first enemy in the game, which is, well, the building's own security systems, the trackers. They shoot grenades and try to hit you in the face with them. Not fun, very rude. And we also introduced the Agens. They are these orbs here. They will eat you up after a few seconds. If you have not successfully done a trick shot to get out of it, they explode, killing you. Now, I only have 5 lives. Once I run out of lives, I restart at the beginning of the floor that I am on. And it's pretty straightforward after that. I do get to pick up grenades as well. There's other power-ups like a bomb, electric fence, if I pick it up using the shield power-up, freezer. And I think that's all the power-ups in the game. But for the most part, the game relies on trick shots, which I'm getting a little bit of issues with, but that's fine. This game, since I'm having to play it on a gamepad, obviously I have to deal with gamepad issues, especially with 8-directional pad. But we're done with the first floor. Now we're on to floor 81. Now this floor, this specific room, I'm going to have to destroy all the enemies so I can leave this. I'm going to try to walk out of the map now. I'm going to try this twice, and if not, I'm just going to take the normal route. Certain scenes, those are what the rooms are called in the game, but certain seeds you can actually walk out of the maps depending on which specific area you need to head to and where there's like little holes in the map itself. Now I'm going to actually definitely do that here. There we go. Now I need to dodge some laser fences. I hope you're liking these sounds. There's no music to the game other than the title sequence, which unfortunately we weren't able to hear. It's very nice, though. Very nice little 4-channel audio. But it looks like I got the key well. That electric plate there is actually the reason why I'm playing this on the Commodore Amiga. The game originally came out for MS-DOS. However, there is very, very rapid flashing imagery in that version, and I did not feel comfortable submitting it that time. Luckily, I own an Amiga, so I submitted on this version. All right, so now we're going to try to manipulate this agent here into this. Cool. Gonna block these vents so they stop spawning in. There's a civilian there. We may or may not save them. It really depends on how well we progress through the game. When you save a civilian, you pick up an extra life. And of course, we start with 5. Hopefully, I can get through most of the game with the full 5. I do have to take 2 intentional deaths at some point. And to do that, I'm going to hit Control and A to reset the floor. It makes you lose a life when you do that. Need to get a weapon from here. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to have to use the keyboard on the Amiga itself to type in this password, Seth and Ostrich. Fun fact, there's an HD version of this game, and the DOS version, and I believe an Atari ST version, and an Apple II version. And as far as I'm aware, the username and the password for that terminal is the same on every single version of the game. The HD version on Steam is based off of this specific version of the game, and it is something. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, so we're nearing the end of the 2nd floor. That touch plate sometimes likes to do that. Luckily, you can just walk by it. And I'm going to have a bit of time for donations because I have to wait for a bomb to explode.
That sounds kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Even if it is like in that little amount of bits. Anyways, you got some love here. We have $20 from Crunch Prank, who says, so happy to see you once again on the big stage. We're all watching from work. Have fun, buddy. We have $50 from Raza, who says, always great to catch a tbcr run. Best of luck. You'll smash it as you always go.
Ooh, I'm going to have to reset the floor for that. Accidentally hit the first item that we have to pick up, and that's not fun. Yeah, you can just shoot the items that you can pick up, and then they're just gone until you either reset the room or reset the entire floor. Luckily, we're near the beginning of the floor, so I can just reset the floor. Come on, thank you. I haven't talked about the B-gens. So the B-gens will squish you like a pancake. Very rude as well. We're going to meet the C-gen at the end of this floor, and it looks like I picked up the bomb, so I get to do the alt strat for this last room of the floor. This is not the last room, but the last room of the floor I will have to do an alt strat for. Normally, if you picked up a grenade, you could just waltz straight to the exit by killing the C-gen with it. However, if you don't have a grenade, you're going to have to get a bit crafty, and luckily, since we can go out of bounds, depending on how the room is, the very top of this room, you can just barely squeeze through. And we're going to use that to our advantage. You see that person right there? That is an imposter. They are the C-gen. They will literally take your head and make it not part of your body. But luckily, we can outsmart it. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on. I'm going to quickly try to get through the thing. There we go. And now we're going to evade the C-gen. Oh, they're just going to stand right there? Well, that's very nice of them. Very nice. All right, a new strat that I literally came up with and just instantly messed up, but that's fine. We could try again. And looks like we did it. Usually I would try to wait until the electric fence right there is gone. That's fine. There's a civilian right there. We'll just save them. So we're going to do a trick shot, try to get that B-gen out of the way, try to get that, get the plate. Very nice. And let's save them. And luckily, some of the civilians will not want to shake your hand. Some of them will. The ones that do want to shake my hand, I want to actively avoid them at all costs because obviously that wastes time. All right, so let's get this electric eye. There's a little pink dot that was right there, and if I walked past it, it would have spawned the tracker right there at the top, and more than likely I would have taken a death. All right, second item is coming up. Now, since I picked up a bomb, that's a freezer. I don't use the freezer if there's a bomb for the first item, so I'm going to probably... Well, actually, let's see if it's something different. I probably have the time. Let's see if we have something different. No, it's the freezer. Okay. So I'm not going to use this item, but it is at least good to have it. Actually, no, I can't use it on the final floor. I just thought about that. All right. So let's quickly squeeze through the roof here. And there's a fun thing coming up on the next floor. There is a potential for a jump scare to happen, and I have no idea if it's going to happen or not. So the C-gen, as you noticed earlier, disguised itself as a civilian. What if I told you it can also disguise itself as another enemy? One of these agents here could potentially be a C-gen, and it looks like that wasn't. Now, there's two more instances of that potentially happening. One on the next floor, and then one on floor 88. But we still have a bit to go before we get to that. So let me now take the first actual intentional death of the run. We're going to walk in here, walk out, with the C-gen following. As soon as they're on screen, we're going to hit Control-A on the Amiga, and it just despawns the enemy. All right, there we go. Now I am going to pick this up. That is a grenade, so that's cool. And now we can finish the game. Wow! Oh, okay. All right, so I hit a secret switch there. In the HD version, the secret switches are clearly laid out, and that made the one before the final floor a bit embarrassing to have not realized it was there the entire time. But anyway, let's get to floor 86. All right. So just gonna try not to die from a grenade, very important. And we're gonna do that. Very nice. Now, one of those civilians right there is a C-gen, but it doesn't really matter in the context of... Okay, I'm gonna have to play very safe here. This normally does not happen. Whoop. Okay, we're gonna replay that room. All right, there we go. Normally, the B-gen doesn't leave that room, and I can use the switches there to keep the tracker there from actually hitting me. Okay, I just need to move a little bit. Oh. All right, let's do this instead. Ah, there we go. All right, another potential for a jump scare here. Let's hope it doesn't happen. There we go. All right, very nice. Gonna wait for that tracker to move out of the way so I can get into here. No electric slide plate here, so I can just pick up the key. And now we can finish up floor 86 into floor 87. Now, floor 87 is where a fun element in this game comes into play and is in every version of the game. However, I do like the HD version of it, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I just need to get this grenade real quick. And then we're going to have time for another... Actually, yeah, we have time for maybe 2 donations because I have to get these beach-ins out of the way and then lay another bomb down.
All right, sounds good. We have $5 from Taxodium, who says, hey, Teebs, about time the world gets to see the marvel that is D-Gen. Good luck on the run. And we have $25 from Amelia, who says, I had to donate after seeing this random DOS collection disc relic I forgot about from my childhood. It's still actively being played. A lot of good DOS relics. So how did you find out about this game, out of curiosity?
Well, as usual, I do a lot of Wikipedia searching.
Okay.
A lot of my internet usage is troving through Wikipedia, and I found just this neat little game, kind of isometric. And then I had to go and find a copy on eBay, which that was fun. The DOS version's easier to get than the Amiga version, but I did end up getting an Amiga version this year, early this year, I think a month or 2 before submissions started.
So any reason why the Amiga, can you go faster in this version, or is it just a preferred version because of controls?
It's a preferred version. I love the Amiga. I think it's a neat little machine. It did inevitably lead to Commodore going out of business due to weird business practices and trying to market it really ahead of its time. But yeah, it's unfortunate that Commodore is no longer a thing anymore.
Yeah. So how many folks run this? Is there a big community for this right now, or do you encourage more folks to get into running this game?
There is 2 active runners. I'm one, Cisco Heat is the other, and they have world record for any percent. I think it's like an 839. I don't do any percent because, well, for DOS, it involves setting your system time to something in 2015.
Oh.
And then, yeah, and that obviously some things on computers just do not like it when you do just have a drastic change in time. Give me 1 second.
Oh, you're good.
All right, there we go.
So you're saying it doesn't compute. I'm sorry.
It doesn't compute. And it's a pain sometimes to have to set the system time. So I like doing random seed. There's a lot more variety. Oh, was that my last life? Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to have to play a bit sneaky now.
All right, serious time. You got it. Good luck.
All right, I just need to get 1 civilian saved, and we should be fine. I did not realize I lost as many lives as I did. But that's okay. No! Why did you shake hands with /go? I can't believe it. I had to put a Simpsons reference in, I'm sorry.
I mean, those are allowed.
Yeah. Okay, so this wall is a little bit tricky to get through, but I seem to be getting it. All right, so let's get the C-Gen out of the way before I save the civilian. I'm gonna see if I can get past them. I'll kind of get them over here without them. You okay there, fam? Come on, come on. You can do it. Come on. There we go. Let's give it up for random civilian 27 here. All right, so I haven't mentioned something. So you notice there was a red bar at the bottom that says the bomber will attack in X minutes. So that timer started when I went past the room that I bombed in floor 87. And 20 minutes, real time, the game will end even if I'm not done yet. Because there's a bomber coming to the tower to go kablooey on it. Now, if I can get to the end and get to the jetpack, I finish the game. The building's saved. That is if I don't get caught by the D-Gen. I mean, it's called degeneration for a reason. I cannot believe you. How rude. All right, let's try this again. This is actual serious time, because 1 life on the next floor is a bit of a doozy. You know what? That's fine. Let me glance at the time real quick. Okay, we can still finish this in estimate. Floor 88 and floor 89 can be a bit annoying. Floor 87 is not usually annoying, except for the opening. Floor 86 with that switch puzzle and the tracker is definitely not great. That's usually like the last super hard section of the run, but I seem to be having a little bit of bad luck at the moment. I will say, prior to me getting notification about me being able to do this for the marathon, I did actually PB in this category in the practice room. I believe it's like a low, I think it's like 11, 12. I have to double check on that. But yeah, I did PB right before walking in here to do the run. All right, so let's see. And I should hopefully have that uploaded onto YouTube before the end of the week. I'm just gonna have to use my phone data to do it. Oh, no, you don't. All right. So let's try this again. And then hopefully we can go through. I will say there is one more opportunity for donations after I reach the actual next floor. And you'll know it has happened when the floor gets all weird. So let me just get one very important button hit, which is only evident in the HD version. There we go. I don't have to deal with that nightmare. All right, now we have time for maybe 2 or 3 donations.
All right, sounds good. You said 1 life, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna shut up right now and let you do your thing.
Yeah, this game can definitely be very tense, and the eyes do have it.
Sure, we have $10 from Sly Dante who says, it is always a joy to see more hidden gems like this get a spotlight at GDQ. And it is always a treat when a surprise run is added. So thanks to tbcr, and may the RNG gods be with you. Absolutely. And everyone just please hold on, buckle your seatbelt. Looks like it's gonna be a little bumpy here, but I believe in tbcr to complete this.
It's very important that I complete this because I'm now under another time limit. If I take too long here, the run does end, whether I'm finished or not. But hopefully this will work out well. Remember that freezer I picked up earlier? I wish I had it right now. Yeah, I do have it. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Let's just wait for time to restart. Here we go. Come on. Is it gonna hit? Yeah, let's go. Oh, I was gonna hope I get that first try. There we go. And now we're gonna head into the heart room. There's the heart. That's why it's called the heart room. Get it? All right, so let's meet the degen. Or rather, we'll walk here, and now you'll meet the degen. Now, if that touches me, the game ends because it's going to squish me like a pancake with a big boulder. I'm not joking. But that's fine. We can hit this button, and then we get to let it have its own medicine. Ooh. Raspberry jelly everywhere. I can't believe it. Anyway, time ends now. Now, in theory, you could get around the degen. It's just for a marathon run that is incredibly unsafe. Don't do that during a marathon unless you are really confident. I'm not confident enough to do that. But yeah, that is Degeneration, a neat little title. As mentioned, there's a DOS version of this. I believe the creator of the game released the Apple II version. There is the HD version. You may see that version specifically later in a future GDQ because I am going to probably submit that on its own for reasons. And yeah, once again, I do want to thank Games Committee for letting me run this today. And it was very last minute, but I'm very flexible with this stuff. And definitely thanks to Prevent Cancer Foundation for doing what they do. I found out Saturday before the event that I found out yesterday that my grandfather got diagnosed with stage 4 cancer on Saturday. So, yeah, I'm glad I was able to do this.